What's up guys, Marco here from Crypto Mining Lab, and welcome to another video. In today's video we're gonna be doing some experiment on some Asic miners that we trying to be more profitable, and the way to do that is having an Asic miner which is not overpriced and trying to make it more efficient, especially when it comes to power. So basically, as you know, power cost is part of your investment, is part of the cost of your Asic miner. So if you can reduce that cost, means you're gonna be making more profits. We're not talking about free electricity otherwise, but still, especially for people that have high cost power electricity. So this is gonna be very interesting to see. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna bring a few miners that priced, decently priced, not overpriced, like the most efficient miners out there. I'm all against all these miners that most efficient miners out there. They're overpriced, not accessible for most people. So that's why I'm trying to find a different ways to mitigate that. Go with a not a less overpriced miner with a decent hash rate, and we try to make it more efficient. That way our profit is gonna be higher, and we're not just talking about long term, it's in the short term as well. So you're gonna break even in a shortest time frame, and you're gonna be profitable in the long term as well. So enough of that. Before we go and do that, I'll show you guys how to do that. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and also we have our website ready and running for the last week, so check it out. I will leave a link in the description. And for you guys that want to order through us using credit cards or PayPal, I will leave a link for our new egg online shop, which is we're not offering credit card and PayPal payments yet on our website, but you can go through our new egg shop. But just keep in mind that obviously if you order through new egg, the price is going to be a little bit higher. The reason why is because of the platform's commission. Okay guys, so keep it short. Let's go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Okay, so what we have here is I've got 3 units of the Antminer T17. This particular unit is the 58 terahash. So what we need for this experiment is we just need to use 1 unit, and then we can replicate whatever we've done with this to the other units, so we can accumulate our computing power as well as your power consumption. And for our experiment also, we're gonna be using this watt meter, so to see exactly how much power is drawing from the wall in its original state, and then after doing our thing. So this, you don't have to take my word for it, we're gonna be checking everything with this meter, so we see exactly how much power we are saving, and we do our calculation from there. Let me go ahead, connect this one, leave it with its stock firmware, and see how much power it's taking. Alright guys, so just to show you give you a close look on the miner operation right now. So it's been running for 5 minutes. The hash rate is up to the maximum 58, and as you can see, no hardware errors, and the temps are between 60 and 70 for all 3 hash boards. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside and show you guys how much power is drawing. Okay, so basically I use 2 wires, what is required. So I plug them from a different source. This one is drawing 1406 watts. The same thing here. So I'm using 2 different wires. So drawing the same amount of power from both sides, which gives us a total of 2,800 watts for this miner. Okay, now I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna go ahead use a different firmware and show you guys how to reduce power consumption on these miners, especially the S17 T17 series. So I'm gonna go ahead, do that. Hopefully I can do it through the miner interface. Otherwise I would have to use the SD card, micro SD card slot here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we gonna do some fine tuning for the downvolt. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna download. I choose this also miner because I've used it before. You can use any aftermarket software that offers voltage, down voltage, as well as frequency tuning. In my case, I choose this also miner, which is the same as the Finnish miner. So first of all, you have to download for the S17 Plus. You have to do it through SD card. So there's no way you can do it through the miner interface. So just quick load. It's very simple. What you have to do is you just choose the miner. So basically for me, it's the S17 Plus, and I'm gonna download this one. And you need an SD card. Just make sure the SD card is not too big, and you have to format the SD card to FAT32. You cannot use NTFS and flash the miner, so it's not gonna work. So what you need to do is just just get a mini micro SD card, and then once you download that thing, just format your micro SD to with a FAT32 system, file system, and then you copy, whatever it comes with the file. So you unzip it and you copy the whole thing to your micro SD. So I'm gonna do that. It takes roughly about 2 minutes. So just copy the files and go straight away to the miner and insert the micro SD and let it flash. It takes roughly about 1 minute. Okay, first thing, I have the micro SD here, so I put the files here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just insert it here to the micro SD slot here, and then you don't have to do anything. Just power up the Asic miner and just wait for it to go through the reflash process. It doesn't take much. You just need to look to as you can see, then they went off the two indicators here. So after the flashing process is completed, these will start to blink. You see, now they start to blink, means that the firmware already flashed. So you go ahead, unplug the power, and then remove your micro SD card. This is how long it takes to flash the firmware. Very easy. And then you power up again your ASIC miner, and you go to the interface to do some fine tuning. Okay, so the flash has been done, and now instead of the int miner T17 Plus, we can see the aftermarket firmware here. One thing you have to know about the T17 or the S17 series, they take a long time to start up because the miner has to do a lot of checks before starting. So the first thing you want to do to speed up your tuning process, you're gonna go ahead and disable some of these the checks on startup. So for example, disable voltage check, chip warm up, chain break protection, uh, temperature sensor check. You can put them back on later on after you finish, after you have done with your tuning. But fine tuning takes some time, so you better start with doing this first. And then I'm gonna go down here and start with a decent. This runs on 660 frequency on stock firmware, so I'm gonna go 650, and then we try some low voltage just to reduce consumption and try to keep the hash rate as close as possible to the original hash rate. So I'm gonna go with 16,
this is not gonna work for all the T17 or the S17 units, but this is a good point to start with. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some fine tuning. So I already disabled all these checks, so the miner will start faster, and then I will go through different settings until I come up with the best combination. So what you have to do here is just play around with your frequency and with your voltage. So basically, if you go too low with your voltage, even your frequency is high, you're still gonna see a drop on your hash rate. So watch out for the once the miners start to fine tuning, doing the the voltage drop. You see at what voltage your hash rate start to drop, and then you put it there. So I'm gonna start with this and go ahead and do some fine tuning, and I will show you the final result after because the process just takes too long. So I'm not gonna film that. So I'll just go ahead and do that. I'll show you the final result. Okay, so after installing the software properly, and as you can see, the miner has been running for 10 minutes. This is after I've done some, fine tuning, especially for downvolting. So what I end up with, basically what you have here is you have presets here that you can choose from. Uh, you can lower your hash rate and lowering your power consumption up to, let's say, 35 with the 1150, but we don't want to go that low. Or you can go, let's say, 2500 watts with that's 57 terahash. So that's roughly 300 watts saving. But what I did is I did it manually. So I ended up using these uh, this frequency and this voltage. So I'll take you and show you exactly how much. So the hash rate is around 56.5. So the average is 56.5 terahash, and the power consumption is around 2,250. I'm gonna show you guys directly on the watt meter, so we can confirm this. The software is more accurate, but you know it's better to look directly on the watt meter so you see exactly how much power you are drawing. Uh, so basically, it's gonna be a little bit of difference. So I will show you guys how much power consumption we have from the watt meter straight away, so we can confirm that. According to those numbers, the hash rate right now is around 56, so that's fine. So we've lost around 2 terahash, but we saved roughly around that's uh, that's 550 watts. Just installing this software and fine tuning it. Quick look at the hash rate right now. It's stabilized around 57.3. Same here. Power consumption is around 2,274. We have no hardware errors at all. Let me give you a quick look at the real-time consumption from the watt meter. 1220 and 1232. So basically we're down on power with around 400 watts, and then we're just down half terahash from the original hash rate for this miner. Okay guys, so after all this experiment, let's do a quick calculation. So just to show you how much the, let's say take the S19J Pro 104 terahash as in for our example. So this is the Asic miner value, the website, and this miner currently making $13.9 per day, taking account the electricity costs and everything. But if you check the price, the current price for these miners, it's very crazy. I mean, this is the cheapest you can get. It's like 8,300. And look at this one, that's 8,600. That's not brand new. This is used. So, and you can see the ROI here. It's close to 600 days. And let's do just a brief calculations. So here we have the price for the miners, both miners. These S17 plus 58 used, they go for 2400. So for for a decent unit that has no problems and with upgrade heatsinks, this is a very decent price. So the hash rate for this, so we have 104 and we have 57 as we saw it after the fine tuning using the aftermarket firmware. So we end up with 57. Now power consumption, this has a 3100 watts, and after the fine tuning of the S17 Plus, we uh, we had we had 2400 watts consumption. This is how much you can make per day based on today's price. Uh, I just checked the price, which is the big quantity is doing 46,500 right now. So this is how much you can make per terahash in 24 hours. Power cost is 10 cents. So, and then we have the power cost per 24 hours. So you multiply 3,100 per 24 hours, and then you divide that per 1,000, so you get your number in kilowatts, and then you multiply that by the cost of your electricity. So we end up with paying $7, almost $7 and a half. So, and to get this net profit, so what I've done is we have the so what I have is multiply how many terahash you have per per earning per terahash, and then you subtract your electric cost. So we end up with $14.4 per day. The same thing with the S17 Plus. Same calculation and everything. So the S17 Plus is doing $5.76 in electricity, and we end up with $6.2 per day. But the price difference is huge, and if we're not taking anything in consideration, no difficulty increasing, decreasing, no price fluctuation, nothing. According to this, it's gonna take you roughly 1,142 days to break even if you purchase your brand new S19J Pro 140 hash at 8,500. Look how what's the difference. Just even this is you're gonna say this is too much for a second-hand unit, but remember this S17 Plus came out like in 2020, so that's 2 years old miner, so it still can make another 2 years, 3 years, no problem at all. So you can see the difference in ROI. And just say, let's say you want to invest the same amount of money that you're gonna put on one of these S19J Pro, and you spend the same amount of money. So basically, you're gonna get 3 of these, and we are left with an extra 1,000 or more in your pocket, and you multiply this earning per 3. That gives you more profit, and your ROI will be even shorter. So that's the point of this experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something from this. Let me know if you want me to do more of these content, and please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, and check our website as well. If we send in a day like email updates every 2 or 3 days. So check the website, subscribe to the website, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and thank you for watching.